Welcome to another episode of Married with Video Games. I'm your host, Matthew.
I'm your host, Christina.
And my wife mostly played the Diablo IV beta. Hooray, we're back.
You made it sound like I mostly played it. Like, kind of.
I mean, watching her play was kind of mostly.
You know, of like the, let's just say 6 hours total that we played, I probably played like 5 hours of them. 5 hours and 15 minutes.
Yep. Yeah, she played most of the beta. And you played an afternoon while I was working.
Yes, for like an hour.
That was excellent. I came back to all sorts of stories. She was very proud of herself.
I discovered how to put things on buttons.
We were very proud of her for all her effort and glory that she got to spend over this very short-lived but enjoyable beta weekend.
Yes, we did not get into the beta on Friday.
No.
Because we loaded it at like 8:45.
Yeah.
And it was a 40-minute wait, and we said, we're going to keep playing Hogwarts.
We're so close.
We're so close to finishing
Hogwarts.
The game.
We'll have this podcast and another one before Hogwarts, most likely. So
Yeah, unless you finish Hogwarts like this week, then I'll put Hogwarts next, and then the filler one while we play Resident Evil 4.
We will have a review for Hogwarts. It is taking me a long time. It is not as bad as Horizon Syndrome, but it's up there.
Yeah. Horizon took us months. This is going to be like 6 weeks, 8 weeks.
Yeah.
So.
But I've been consistently going back to it, forcing myself back into the world. It's not that bad. But anyway, we're talking about Diablo.
Yes. Diablo IV.
I'll give the synopsis best I can. Lilith, the daughter of hatred, has been revived and is turning humans toward their sinful nature. The reason is unknown, but it's hinted that the lords of hell are coming back to Earth, and she stands against them, even if the manner which she does is evil. You, an adventurer, set out to find her true intentions and hopefully beat up lots of baddies along the way.
Excellent.
You do beat up
Lots of baddies.
Lots of baddies. The beta opened on Friday, May 24th. I put in May.
I just noticed that.
March 24th. Wow. And ran through the 26th. We played it on the PS5. I think it was on PC and Xbox as well. There's no hint of this game coming to the Switch.
No.
At all.
No.
And I put hellish opinions here.
Okay. So, I did some Googling. IGN Positive, they had like a preliminary review.
Okay.
Moving around the overworld was far more engaging than I expected, with lots to discover along the way and spontaneous activities to involve yourself in. In a few, there's a ritual where you have to give your blood to a demonic obelisk while standing in a certain location while fighting off waves of enemies. I can imagine that getting harrowing once we're able to turn the difficulty up a few more notches than the beta allowed. Dungeons are a blast to explore too. They're highly rewarding undertakings into cellars, crawling with skeletons, prisons haunted by spirits, and caves full of slimy bugs that conclude with interesting boss fights that more often than not require you to jump through more hoops than simply burning down a demon's health bar. Mm-hmm. I very much had Breath of the Wild syndrome while playing this game. In the larger open world, like outside of the cities. It was like, ooh, what's that gold circle over there? And then you're like, ooh, there's a cellar over there. And then I'm like, ooh, what's this obelisk over here? And then you were like, what's that cellar over there? And it just... And then we did side quests, and it's very easy to get distracted, and this map is gigantic.
It's huge. It's very big. I was shocked. Even if you took all the Diablo 3 maps together, this map is bigger, I believe.
Probably.
Even though they're randomized, too. So this open world seems more static. And I bet you the dungeons are probably where they do the randomized stuff.
Probably.
That would be my guess, because Diablo has always had randomization. So I think the open world might remain like a static open world.
Got it.
But they'll randomize the stuff that you walk into. Who knows, though? We'll see once we get more into it.
Okay.
All right.
So for negative, I went, it's ageofminiatures.com, which I think is just some guy's like blog that he does, but
some guy's blog for the beta review.
For the beta review for a negative. His review was actually like super thorough and mostly positive, but he had like a section of here's the negative. I'm like, perfect, I'll just grab this. So his complaint, and I've seen it elsewhere, is that there's a big disparity between like the sorcerer and the barbarian.
Dude, the Sorc was not that powerful, in my opinion.
The barbarian is apparently worse.
Oh, really?
Yes. So I kept his open. So it says, excuse me. I started out playing the Barbarian on World Tier 2 and found the pacing and difficulty super great. I had to think about how I handled different types of mobs and died on my second dungeon boss. Great, I thought. Now I roll up the Sorceress and it was a completely different experience. I found the pacing with the Barbarian much better and much more enjoyable. It was simply too easy on the Sorceress. This is like because of several elements. So he said she's front-loaded in damage with her mana. She goes into combat blasting her most powerful spells at range. The Barbarian has to build up rage to be able to use good skills. Barbarian had very little AoE that did not require rage and super slow on the mobs. And Sorcerer, loads of AoE. Sorceress is ranged and had several ways of doing damage while moving around. This was a big plus against bosses. Fights where I had to use all potion stacks from the boss on the Barbarian were fights where I never did use a single potion charge on the Sorceress.
I tried the necromancer, and I felt playing your sorceress was hard compared to the necromancer.
The necromancer looked very easy.
It was very fun, but it was very powerful because your minions are getting in there and you're just blasting things from a distance. I'd still get hit, but it was far and few between.
Yes.
And I hear the druid was the most powerful class for that beta.
Oh, okay.
We only tried 2 classes, so...
That is very true. We should have probably tried more. We did at the end of last night because we never made it to the world boss. But
No.
we made it to...
We beat the second boss.
And that one I struggled with because I just didn't build my sorcerer super well. I was splitting between like fire and...
Electricity or ice.
Fire and ice, and then I rebuilt and like after the second time dying and did just fire, and that went much better. And then I just handed the controller to you, like, you want to play for 20 minutes, and you completely rebuilt and did all ice.
Lightning.
You
With
did
the
lightning.
ice shield, because I picked a shield.
Yeah, and you were just wrecking face.
Yeah, it was pretty powerful. It was pretty cool. It'll be interesting to see how the dynamic changes over what they add in and what they don't. Mm-hmm. It was pretty cool. As a whole, I thought the beta was pretty well done.
Yeah, I saw one Reddit post that was just like, this is the worst thing I've ever played, blah, 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 blah. The usual Redditor who just has to complain for the sake of complaining.
Get their clickbait in there.
Yeah, and there's a couple people that agreed, and a lot of people were like, dude, it's a beta.
It's a beta. That was excellent, though.
Yeah, that
For
was
a beta, it was pretty well.
fantastic.
We didn't get a lot of the glitching that I heard was early on, because we played Saturday.
A lot of people got kicked out while in the midst of playing, and they'd lose like a half an hour of progress. I know people were having issues with the queue times, which we saw that on Friday and said, no thanks, we'll try tomorrow at like 1 p.m. when most super gamers are not playing. And it worked out just fine. We never had to wait for longer than a minute.
Yes, the entire of this review is caveated with, again, it's a beta. We understand a lot of it's nitpicky, and a lot of it is us not having played enough time. I feel even the 6 hours that we did play was still not enough time to get our hands and fully delve into the systems. We almost should have picked the option where tell us what to do.
You told me no.
Well, because I was like, let's just get in. Let's get as minimal tutorial stuff as possible.
Yeah.
But realistically, that's probably our own fault because there's a lot of new elements and stuff in different places. And I know it wasn't as intuitive than we thought.
No, and I was actually going to bring that up, but we can talk about that later.
Yeah, but I'll go through the gameplay real quick, and then we can kind of talk about some of the stuff. Diablo IV, it's a Diablo game. If you have not played a Diablo game and you're living under a rock, top-down RPG, meaning your camera is above your character in the map. There's randomized loot, lots of weapons, lots of spells to sling, and leveling up. You level up by completing quests, slaying monsters, and in this one, men as well, gaining more skills and obtaining better items. All that wrapped into a neat package of shiny new graphics.
The graphics are fantastic.
It is a lot of what Diablo 2 feels, a lot darker and grittier than 3 felt.
Yes, I have seen that, looking things up.
But it also it has a lot of the good stuff that Diablo 3 brought to the table, and we'll talk more about that. But overall gameplay loop is kill lots of monsters, collect new loot, get better items, and do so again. There is a story to progress through. I wasn't completely blown away with the story, if I'm being honest.
IGN loved it, so did the Age of Miniatures dude. But you told me that you don't play Diablo games for the story, and like when you had me play 3, we skipped all the cutscenes because we just wanted to, bash waves of enemies, so like I didn't fully follow that story. So like this was interesting to like see the cinematics.
I get a little bit weird when it gets to the dark occult stuff. Like it's the same reason I didn't like Constantine the show very much. It just weirds me out. Oh. Maybe it's a little bit of superstition kind of thing with me. I don't know what it is, but it doesn't scare me away from playing the game, but it makes me a little uncomfortable seeing a lot of that.
You just kind of disconnect from the story.
Yeah,
like, I don't really care.
And I just don't like mentally, like my mind just doesn't want to mentally focus on stuff like that. It's weird. It's always been that way, though.
You're weird.
When it gets to the demonic culty stuff, like I love the Diablo games. Don't care about the stories whatsoever. My mind just fades away from them, and that's a personal problem, I guess. But if it's really good and everyone enjoys the story, great. Graphically, the cutscenes were awesome.
They were fantastic.
It'll be nice to just jump into the new game and not have to watch the opening cutscene again.
Yes, I did think of that. And mind you, we played Diablo 3 on the Nintendo Switch, and that is my only exposure to any of the Diablo games. So anything would look better than anything running on the Nintendo Switch.
I wish I had Diablo on the PlayStation 5, the third one, just to show you could see what it looks like.
You show me YouTube videos of like, this is what it's supposed to look like. I'm like, okay.
Yes. Yeah. Well, now you get to see a really pretty graphically looking one with all the spells and everything like that. These are some of the new things that Diablo 4 brought to the table. It was mentioned in the review, the open world map, including a seamless transition between towns, was really cool. There was loading screens before.
There were, so there were still loading screens, like if you entered like a cavern
or a dungeon,
and there was like a half-second lag as you left town. But again, playing a beta, that will most likely go away, and it wasn't even that noticeable. I only noticed it a couple times of like, oh yeah, that kind of jumped there for a second.
But it's you go right into the town. There's no loading screen for the towns anymore, which is a newer thing. You always had to get loading screens. Actually, Diablo 2, there weren't, but they were such old graphics that it was a whole different thing. New skill tree. It's overwhelming, actually, when you first go into it.
I have complaints about that.
There are some new spells. Of course, the graphics are better. New shrines and different world events from the older games. And it's playing like a pseudo MMO now. So when you're running around, you actually see other people roaming the world that are not in your party, but you're working with them.
So that was one of the complaints that I saw across the board, was that a lot of people didn't like that. There is the ability to toggle it off.
I didn't hate it.
I told you in the midst of playing, it reminded me of like when you were playing Elden Ring or any of those Souls games, of like you see like the ghost of someone else like running past you for a half second. Like I kind of liked that.
I grew up playing World of Warcraft.
Yes,
so
exactly.
I like that kind of feel. It makes the world feel more inhabited. Now it's the most dangerous world on the planet, but
yeah. The other complaint was the microtransactions.
I didn't see any of those. Did we just miss them entirely?
No, so it's kind of, I guess, if you play a lot of games with microtransactions, you could see where they're going to, like, slot it into, and they're going to do, like, the season passes. But, like, we had that for Diablo 3, so that doesn't bother me.
I just hope you don't have to pay for the seasons.
Yeah. I
liked the seasons before.
I don't think so, but also I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, maybe they'll have... I could see what you mean, like if you're playing through the season and you unlock all these things, and then but you can unlock new things if you have a season pass or something like that. That'll get obnoxious real quick. It's the same reason I didn't like the new Call of Duty. My buddy came over and we were playing it, and it's a $60 or $70 game with a battle pass that you can pay monthly for, and a store that you can buy stuff in. They're psychopaths.
Yes.
And that
Yeah, we
is,
talked about this at Ben's party. I'm like, didn't we watch something on this? No, we had a full conversation at a party.
and this is
about
Activision Blizzard. So the
Yes.
things Microsoft just bought. So it's the same company. So you can see where it would go into
Yep.
the company. But it is you're a psychopath, paying that much for a game and then having to buy a battle pass,
Continually buy things.
and
Yes.
then pay more money for other loot and items. No, that is crazy to me.
Yeah.
If it's
will
free
pay
to
it.
if it's free to play, I understand the battle pass.
Yep.
I completely get it. I even get the in-game store. I get the in-game store when if you pay for a game and then there's an in-game store. It doesn't actually bother me because they're cosmetic 95%
That's
of
the
the time.
Resident Evil stuff, right? Or no, that's all you earn rewards and you can buy it then.
That's Resident Evil. You can
Okay.
earn rewards. You can pay to have all the stuff unlocked if you want, but it's part of the fun of the game is replaying it, unlocking it. With Diablo, if it's a store and it's cosmetics, that doesn't bother me. When it's free to play or if you buy the game, I just don't like having to pay for a battle pass after you've bought a game.
Especially since most games are $70 now.
Yeah, so the one example I can give you with Apex Legends is a free to play shooter, but it has a battle pass every season.
Mm-hmm.
And you can pay the money or not, and you can unlock different tier rewards just for playing the game, but they're just cosmetic. I don't know if they do it. We're still going to buy them and play the game. I just don't know how invested we'll be in doing that kind of stuff.
That's fair.
Because there's other games we want to play. Let's do our likes and dislikes that I wrote down, and then we can add to that list as we go through.
Okay. I honestly didn't look past where to put my reviews, so I have no idea what else we're talking
Okay,
about.
so I said the gameplay was really well done. And
Yes.
we said it before, but it is a really healthy mix of Diablo 2 and 3.
Yes.
Beautiful game.
I say yes like I played Diablo 2.
If you look at any Diablo 2 gameplay, just watch.
Okay.
Get tomorrow, if you're bored, put it on your tablet and just watch some
Okay.
Diablo 2 gameplay.
Okay.
Even just do the newer graphical one, the Lord of Resurrection, whatever they call the new
Okay.
one that came out, and you'll see. You go, oh wow, that's Diablo 2.
Got it.
It looks like they enhanced the graphics of Diablo 2 with Diablo 3 gameplay.
Got it.
Is how it looks to me. I said before, beautiful open world map, feels actually lived in and very hostile. I liked that. I didn't think it was a negative to have the people running around, going seamlessly between the towns. Toggling it off is, I get why people would do it.
Mm-hmm.
If we were to party with other people, I might want to toggle that off.
I would at that point.
But I enjoyed it as well, because then if you're fighting a world boss, all of a sudden
Yes.
everyone's there helping you, and it's not like they're getting your loot. I think everybody has their own loot.
Yes.
Spells are flashy, blood is gory, enemy variety is plentiful. I felt like there was a good mixture of enemies. I saw some older ones, a lot of new looking enemies, and I know you fought the same things a few times, but a lot of time you went into a new area and there were new enemies.
New
to
enemies. You
fight.
could definitely tell when you were in a new area, not just by the scenery, but by the bad guys you were fighting.
Yes. Yeah, definitely was. So these are my negatives, and this is nitpicky, but it's not the full game, so we don't know what's coming with as well. Some of the open world events felt repetitive to me after a while. You did like the same 2 or 3.
Yeah, so I got the one that I got at least 4 times that I can think of was the obelisk, where you had to stand in 3 different spots and kill enemies on that spot to basically gather enough blood.
Yeah, and then you had to do the one where you had to kill enemies in the circles to give
Yes.
blood to the different
Yep.
obelisk type things.
Yep.
You got the unique one I liked is you got to defend a guy.
Yeah, that was cool.
What
trying to
else?
think
You
of
had to
what
clear.
else.
I found where I had to clear a fort when I was playing as your sorcerer. That
Yes,
one
you
was
had to
pretty
clear
cool.
fort. That was cool. Somebody else was in there with you helping.
Yeah,
so
which
that
was really
nice.
cool. That's all I saw, if I can recall. I think there was one more. I just don't remember.
I can't think of it off the top of my head.
There were a ton of systems to learn for this beta, and you had some comments on that.
So, I have only ever played Diablo 3, and that is a game that is actually very much out of my comfort zone, as you well know.
Mm-hmm.
And anybody who is still listening to this podcast, like, I'm Mario and Zelda, and that's about it. So this is a lot for me to learn. So, like, when we played Diablo 3, like, you taught me, like, the basics, but then you have played this for, 15 years and you just dive right in and do your thing. And I learned it more on the nights when you were playing D&D, and I'm like, I'm gonna go try to figure out what the heck I'm doing. And that's how I learned more things. So, like, you saw the new systems and were like, okay, I kind of get it. And I saw the new systems and was like, I don't get it. I don't fully get it. So, like, my big thing was with the skill tree. Super cool, and it's super easy. Like, if you don't like what you're doing, it's like 12 gold to reset it all, 24 gold to reset it all, and pick different things. I, for the life of me, could not figure out how to slot in different skills to different buttons until Sunday afternoon.
To give you a reference real quick, she had over 60,000 gold and wasn't even max level by that point. So 24
I made it
gold.
to level 19 out of the 25 they would let you.
Yeah, so resetting your thing wasn't a big deal.
No, you found like 40 gold all over the place. But yeah, the skill tree took me forever to realize how to slot in like a different basic skill on the R2 or the L2 button. And I still don't fully know how I did it. So we definitely should have toggled on the thing that was like, show me how to do this, because it was a lot.
Well, apparently on the menu wheel, there was a leave dungeon and we didn't see it.
Yeah. Or maybe that was a complaint that there should be.
Oh,
I don't know.
Yeah, because when you got to the end of the dungeon, there was no way to just...
Yeah, you were talking, there used to be obelisks at the end that would let you just leave.
Get back to the beginning. And they wasn't there. They had... some of the other stuff was confusing to me. You got town portals eventually. You had an item, I think, that let you dash twice, but I couldn't tell because you get a circle dash.
That was a big complaint, was that they got rid of the unlimited, like, dodge/dash. That was big in Diablo 3, where, like, Diablo 3 was what taught me how to, like, roll out of the way of oncoming attacks, because I'm a button masher, for sure.
You know what game taught you how to do that better? Moonlighter.
Yeah, kind of.
You were a boss at Moonlighter. Once you figured out that you could put pants on in that game, you were good.
Out of context, that sounds really funny. Once you figured out you could put pants.
There's a lot of systems that weren't very well, like they weren't intuitive like I thought they would be.
Yes, and another one of the small complaints from the Age of Miniatures dude was like the weird little like challenges that gave you like tiny little prizes where like you and I couldn't figure out how to get to the menu.
Yeah, how do you get to that?
I don't know.
That was driving me nuts. I couldn't figure out how to open up that stupid menu to get the prizes that you unlock.
Yes.
So that was ridiculous. So we will, if there's a toggle for it when we play the game, we'll probably turn it on the first time so we can learn everything.
Yeah, so this is what Age of Miniatures, I kept this open because I knew. So challenges galore and the renown system. I've never been into achievements. They're simply not my jam. D4 is packed with quote-unquote challenges that constantly pop up and give you a small cache of rewards. On top of that, you have a big checklist of things you can do in each zone, and you level up your renown in each zone. He just basically said it makes him feel like he's playing an MMO.
And that's it has that feel.
Yeah.
It's got a lot of that MMO feel. There was no couch co-op available without having multiple Battle.net accounts.
So I was trying to look into that. I can't find any information on whether that's going to be true outside of the beta or not, but it was true for the beta.
Well, if it is not true, great. If it is true, we're just going to... get your account linked with we're going to get you a PlayStation account and get you a Diablo 4 get you a Battle.net account and get everything linked up.
Yes, both of our phones are buzzing because my mom sent a group chat to the whole family.
Yeah. Aside from that, I didn't have too many complaints. I just felt like I wish we had another week to sit and really play new characters and stuff. If we were off all weekend and no children or anything,
I was just gonna say, didn't have a toddler.
It would have been great.
Yeah, we probably should have tried to play during the day on Friday, but like you had things to do Friday night, so we didn't log in. Yeah, we didn't log in until like 9:15. I was saying it was like 8:30. No, it was like 9:15 because I watched The Mandalorian until you got home. Mm-hmm. So yeah, then everybody was online trying to play the beta. So we played Saturday during the day, Saturday night. I played Sunday during the day, and then Sunday night, and now it's gone until June. And what am I going to do? Play
What?
Diablo 3 on our Switch that's almost dead?
Don't remind me. But we're, yeah, it was good. Overall, I thought the game was pretty darn good. More positive than negative for the beta.
Yeah.
Most of the stuff is nitpicky. I feel like their menu system is way too confusing and they need to fix that.
That's my big complaint, is the menus. There's like, if you push the center button, that's like your world map and that kind of stuff.
Journal is in there.
Yeah, but then if you hit I think it's technically like the select button, that opens up
Your character
with all of the gear that you've gotten, and then your skill slots is like triangle in there, and no.
Nope. We'll figure it out. It just took a long time.
We still didn't fully figure it out. I still have no idea how I like slotted other basic skills into different buttons.
So we're gonna silly review this beta.
Yes.
We reviewed a different beta, didn't we?
We did
Cyberpunk? No.
We did first. Oh, we did the Marvel's Avengers beta.
Oh, did we even give that a review?
Yes, hold on. We gave it Okay, so that was when we were doing it out of 5, so I changed our review to 6.5 out of 10.
Got it.
So we gave it like a 3.25 out of 5.
Okay, so what would you
Diablo.
give Diablo 4 beta review-wise? And then I have a question before I answer for myself.
I would give it an 8.
If the menu was easier to navigate, what would your review be?
9.
Okay. Whole point difference at that
Yes.
point.
I don't know how I slotted things to different buttons.
Yeah, overall I would give it a 7.5.
Okay.
I wasn't blown away, but it had all the stuff that Diablo game should have.
Yes. I say as I've only played one of them.
Yeah, but after playing 3, it
Yes.
felt like a Diablo game.
It did. I was full force into it, where I was like, "Oh man, I want to stay up until like midnight." But
Yeah.
I know my child will be up at 6:30,
Yes.
so that's not a good idea.
We'll get Oma and Opa to take them, and
Yeah.
we'll dive back in.
Yes.
That's it, guys. That game was good. We really enjoyed it. We're at Gaming Marriage on Twitter, or gamingmarriage@gmail.com. Is there any other betas out there we should be playing? Another game you'd like us to review? You are slowly burning through the Octopath Traveler.
Yep.
I am going through Hogwarts, and then I'm going to be playing Resident Evil 4 Remake.
I also started the Minish Cap on the Game Boy Advance.
You're welcome to play that anytime, because there's a review with Mr. David we have to do for Zelda's
I don't
Across
think I
the
ever
Generation.
beat Minish Cap on the Game Boy Advance. I also wonder if I have a guidebook somewhere at Mom's house.
Oh, we should look for that. That way I can participate in the Minish Cap, because I don't know anything about that game. I never had the Game Boy Advance to play it. So I don't know anything about it. I played
My
the
Game
Four
Boy Advance
Swords.
is upstairs. I never played Four Swords.
That was a weird one. It was
Yeah.
cool, but it was weird.
Minish Cap is kind of like that too.
Yeah, it seemed a little strange, but it looks like it's fun.
It is. We made it to the first dungeon because we had like 34 minutes to burn one night, and I was like, I'll just start this. And our Nintendo Switch was not exploding yet at that point, so
Yes. Oh my gosh.
we're gonna go look at this group chat from my mother.
Yeah, so take care, everybody. We will be back. You're going to get a couple updates sooner, and we're going to try to give more regular updates in between games. We're going to try a few things and see what you guys think.
Yes.
All right, take care.
Bye.
Bye.